Bruny Island 啦，中間佢哋就有個叫 The Neck， 就係 connect 住 North Bruny 同埋 South Bruny 咁樣嘅。上到嚟呢度 Mount Wellington 咧，就呢度係海拔好似唔知1500幾米嘅，我記得係呢度係算係距離 Hobart 市中心最近嘅一個高山啦。咁就大概揸車揸半個鐘頭上嚟咧，咁就上到嚟呢個山頂噶啦。大家早晨好，今日係我喺 Tasmania 嘅第3日，咁就喺琴日第2日咧，就已經發生咗少少嘅 emergency， 就令到我個行程有少少改變啦。咁琴日就完成晒我當日嘅 activity 啦，就諗住去 Tasmania 南部一個鎮仔叫 Dover stay 一晚嘅，跟住然後到今日朝頭早咧，就會係再 down south 就有一個 national park 去參加一個 cave tour 咁樣嘅。咁所有嘢看似好美好啦，咁跟住到我去到琴日即係去到 Dover 想 check in 個 accommodation 嗰陣時咧，咁跟住個老闆娘就同我講啦，喂，你咩名啊？冇你 record 喎。跟住我即刻牙痕都突埋出嚟啦，即係冇可能啊！咁我自己啲行程都幾早 plan 好晒，通常我都係 double check， 冇錯啊，28號 check in，29號 check out。啱啊，冇錯啊。咁跟住老闆娘啦，就再翻查佢哋個 system 啦，就原來佢將我個 booking 咧就褪遲咗1日。跟住我就望翻去轉頭，咁點樣啊？我個 booking 冇錯喎，咁你個 system 有錯啫喎。咁跟住佢就開始就話佢哋個 system 咧係自動 roll 入去嘅，就唔會人手打錯嘅。咁跟住我就開始少少反白眼啦，即係話whatever 啦，我唔理你自動又好人手又好啦，咁你都要俾間房我㗎。咁最壞嘅情況就出現咗啦。咁佢哋琴日當晚嘅 accommodation 又係 fully book 啦，個老闆娘就開始發散晒啲電話啦，咁就睇下有冇啲行家有啲吉房咁樣啦，但係都冇辦法。琴日 Tasmania 係非常之繁忙，係全部所有 accommodation 都係 fully book。咁跟住就之後擾攘咗一輪啦，就揾到而家我 stay 喺呢間 accommodation 咧，就係叫 Port Huon， 咁就係距離 Dover 大概25分鐘嘅車程咁樣嘅。咁個問題就係嚟啦，因為我係原先打算去參加呢個 cave tour 㗎嘛，咁我由呢度揸去呢個 national park 咧，咁其實係需要9個字嘅車程嘅，咁所以我就覺得哇，真係太遠啦，我唔想特登揸9個字去參加一個9個字嘅 tour 咯，咁所以咧就有少少行程上嘅改變，就已經係有一個景點係被迫取消咁樣啦。Anyway， 旅程都係要繼續嘅，咁今日咧就打算係會入去 Bruny Island 咁樣嘅。咁 Bruny Island 亦都係我今個 trip 嘅其中一個 highlight。咁我哋就係咧就要揸 around 50分鐘車就去一個碼頭，跟住就坐船去 Bruny Island 咁樣嘅。咁所以而家咧就準備執嘢，跟住我哋就出發啦。我哋而家就嚟到碼頭啦。咁去 Bruny Island 咧，咁就其實係一個獨立島嚟嘅，咁所以你唯一嘅交通工具咧就係要坐船。咁呢隻船咧就可以連人帶車就一齊上嘅。咁而家見到前邊條隊就應該似係排隊等上船啦。咁佢呢個船呢，咁就係冇得 book 嘅，咁呢，你就係要一定過到嚟排隊咁樣嘅，就係先到先上船咁樣嘅。咁即係如果 peak season 嚟嘅朋友呢，咁就要早啲嚟啦，因為你都唔知條車龍要等幾耐嘅，同埋我亦都唔知佢隻船有幾大，可以一次過上到幾多部車咁樣嘅。同埋我知道佢呢，佢係有啲 non peak hour 呢，好似唔知朝頭早啊或者傍晚嗰陣時呢，啲船飛呢係好似係平啲嘅。啦，因為我時間都唔啱，咁所以就跟我 schedule 去就啦。咁有陣時你都唔慳得幾多嘅呢啲。
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
48.50.
On cut, please. How long is the queue currently?
We'll be on the next one.
Oh, on the next one? Cool. No problem, thank you.
This is the map and timetable.
Okay, cool.
Follow the queue on your right.
Okay, cool.
The white part.
Yep, no problem, thank you. 而家就俾咗錢，咁啱啱頭先嗰個女仔啦就話我係可以係下一班船就可以上啦。Good good。咁依家喺我等緊嘅同時啦，咁就睇緊頭先嗰個女仔俾我嗰一紮嘢，咁就包咗一個 Bruny Island 嘅 map 啦，跟住仲有個 timetable 咁樣嘅。咁而家時間11:02，咁我哋就係坐11:10嗰班船嚟嘅。其實佢好多船嘅，朝頭早6點幾又有，跟住去到傍晚5、6點都有嘅。呢啲真係上船先望下啦。而家咧就上咗船啦，咁你可以見到咧，其實我隔離呢度有一排咧都係有車嘅，所以1啦、2我係第2排，隔離呢架 U 就係第3排啦，跟住前面呢度有架細細啲嘅私家車嗰度就係第4排咁樣嘅。而家咧就開咗船啦，咁而家咧我就上咗嚟個上層嗰度咧，你就可以睇晒全景咁樣啦。咁你可以見到咧，而家其實啲車就咁樣泊晒喺度啦。有大有細就咁樣泊晒喺度啦。咁呢，我就係呢部第2部呢架車啦。嗱，好快脆呢，我哋就已經係見到對面啦。咁就係去緊 Bruny Island 個碼頭咁樣啦。咁而家好多人咧都匿翻上車，咁我都匿翻上車先，準備開車啦。因為咧佢一放閘咧，就即刻好似賽狗咁樣咧，就全部所有人咧就谷晒出去噶啦。嚟到 Bruny Island 啦，咁距離我 check in 今晚嘅 accommodation 咧，其實都仲有 around 個零鐘頭嘅時間。咁而我都咁啱未食 lunch 嘅。嚟到 Bruny Island 咧，好多人都recommend 你過嚟食呢個蠔咁樣嘅，就拍下生蠔咁樣嘅。咁所以而家咧就嚟到呢間 Oyster Bar， 就係準備食我個 lunch 啦。咁呢個 Oyster Bar 咧就佢其實仲有埋 drive through 嘅。咁如果大家唔中意即係喺呢個現場食嘅話咧，咁其實你係可以 drive through 咁樣買一 pack， 跟住咧就攞翻自己 accommodation 食都冇問題嘅。咁而家咧就啱啱嚟到呢度就睇下入去開始我嘅 lunch 啦。咁咧而家就啱啱坐低咗，咁就叫咗碟生蠔咁啦。咁啊生蠔就當然唔夠飽啦，咁所以我再額外咧就叫多少少一個，好似有個 smoke salmon， 跟住仲有個麵包，有啲沙律咁樣一個 lunch plate 咁樣嘅。咁所以呢個就係我嘅 lunch 啦。咁佢呢個生蠔咧，咁就半打又好似唔夠厚咁樣，所以一嚟咧一買就買一打咁樣啦。咁所以啦，唔客氣啦，我依家。超正啊！佢呢度咧啲蠔咧係好鮮，但係佢又唔會話好鹹咁樣嘅，咁但係又唔會話好似滑潺潺咁樣嗰啲唔新鮮咁樣嘅，係好食，真係好食。咁其實佢呢度咧，如果大家唔習慣食生蠔嘅話咧，其實我都係嚟到澳洲我先開始食生蠔嘅。咁佢其實仲有其他類型嘅生蠔，譬如炸啊、煎啊，係有啲熟咗嘅。即係佢 menu 上佢仲有其他唔同嘅烹調方式咧，即係大家就唔使話淨係一定要食生蠔咁樣啦。 lunch plate 都有啲貴喎。我以為佢 smoke salmon 應該都會 OK 大塊，但係點知佢得咁細。咁呢個 lunch plate 就16蚊，有啲貴。好，開餐啦，等我又開餐啦，等我。佢呢個三文魚凍喎，我仲係可以熱嘅添。Thank you。再嚟 encore， 完全唔夠食啊！頭先係。咁今次咧呢個我就叫咗個 mix 嘅，咁就除咗有佢呢4隻本身嘅生蠔之外啦，咁啊仲有呢4隻係炸嘅，跟住同埋呢4隻咧就可能係蒸定唔知乜鬼啦，佢上面鋪咗少少嘢咁樣嘅。咁咧我就試下先呢個炸嘅先，呢個試下呢隻炸嘅先。哎呀 shit， 有汁嘅，冇滴落去，好彩啫。咁佢除咗炸之外咧，下低就有鋪埋嗰啲頭先嗰啲咁嘅泰式沙律咁樣嗰啲嘅。我試下呢隻先，好脆呢個，少少酸酸甜甜咁就唔會話好油膩佢嗰啲炸嗰個生蠔。OK 嘅，咁咧我依家咧就試下呢隻。即係類似蒸嘅呢隻，好似係聞落去有少少嗰啲類似嗰啲 BBQ sauce 嗰啲味咁樣。點講咧？呢隻唔係唔好食，但係佢嗰啲味咧有少少分開啊，唔得 mix 埋一齊，所以就有少少係生蠔，但係上面係夾硬加啲 sauce 咁樣，就反而唔係好夾咯，我覺得。好啦，唔得啦，我而家好飽啦，我已經食到好飽啦。好啊，咁依家咧都差唔多夠鐘 check in 呢個 accommodation 啦。咁我哋而家翻落去咧都係差唔多噶啦，就可以翻 accommodation 咧就擺低晒啲嘢咁啦。咁而家大家喺鏡頭面前睇到嘅咧，就會係我喺 Bruny Island 呢2晚會住嘅 accommodation 嚟嘅。咁呢個 accommodation 其實都係幾有特色嘅，因為佢係完全 off-grid， 佢係完全依靠太陽能發電板供電嘅。咁跟住佢隔離就會有個水缸啦，咁樣係完全係唔會再用水咁樣嘅，係完全儲水式咁樣嘅。入邊啦，佢其實都係好多嘢咧，都係好 eco-friendly 嘅。依家就同大家一齊入去參觀下先啦。咁一入嚟咧，我哋就已經見到呢塊超大嘅落地玻璃啦！哇，真係呢個 view 靚到真係。鏡頭轉過嚟呢邊咧，就有個樓梯。咁我今晚咧就會瞓樓上咁樣嘅。咁跟住隔離啦，就係有個廚房仔，跟住有個雪櫃咁樣嘅。咁佢最搞笑 eco-friendly 嘅地方咧，佢就係連個廁所都係 eco-friendly 嘅。咁佢就係用咗呢個叫 Greenloo GL90 啦，佢係一個非沖水係冇水嘅一個廁所嚟嘅。佢仲有呢啲咧，即係俾啲嘢你滲上去啦。佢就話 use 1 cup of covering material after each major event。咁你知啦嚇。咁廁所板。Bruny Island 啦，其實佢係一個島，係充滿 wildlife 嘅，即係不論植物又好，動物又好，其實佢成個島嘅 biodiversity value 其實都係好高嘅。Tasmania 嘅政府亦都係花咗好多心機啦，即係去保育呢個島咁樣嘅。咁所以佢成個島咧都有好幾個啲 national park 啊、nature reserve 啊嗰啲咁樣嘅地方，咁樣都可以去睇下咁樣嘅。咁 Bruny Island 啦就其實係分2 part 組成嘅。咁我哋啱落船嗰個位咧，其實就係北邊嘅一個小島，我哋就叫 North Bruny 啦。咁跟住沿住往south嘅方向咧，我哋就有個叫 South Bruny 嘅一個小島咁樣嘅。咁所以 Bruny Island 咧就其實係由北邊 North Bruny 同埋南邊 South Bruny 2個島 combine 埋一齊咧，我哋就叫 Bruny Island 咁樣啦。咁 Bruny Island 最特別嘅地方，佢最搞笑咧就係北邊啦個 landscape 就其實係比較荒，比較多，係咪叫枯草咧？即係冇咁綠嘅，冇咁密嘅佢嗰啲樹。咁但係落到去南邊咧，佢就會突然間就好似成個熱帶 大樹林咁樣嘅，咁就係啲草啊、啲樹啊，全部大棵，啲葉大塊咁樣咧，就非常之綠咁樣嘅。同一個地方，但係佢只係北邊同南邊，佢其實個 landscape 上面咧，其實都係好大分別咁樣啦。咁 Bruny Island 啦，中間佢咧就有個叫 The Neck， 就係 connect 住 North Bruny 同埋 South Bruny 咁樣嘅。呢度咧就係 The Neck 啦，咁就係連接住 South Bruny 同 North Bruny 嘅中間嘅一個位咧，咁就可以呢度有一個碌溝咁樣行上去嘅。咁行到上去咧，你就可以望晒成個景㗎啦。咁我而家咧都係趁住日落嘅時間嚟，跟住再稱埋個腳架過嚟。咁你咁樣望過去咧，咁其實都係好靚嘅都。咁行到上嚟呢度咧，呢度望過去咧就係 North Bruny 啦，跟住呢度咁樣望過去咧就係 South Bruny 啦。咁我上網揾到啦，就 Bruny Island 入邊就有一個 raspberry farm。咁今日就嚟睇下啦。咁呢個 farm 咧就唔係好似嗰啲咩 pick your own 嗰啲，就唔係話你俾錢入去跟住又任摘狂食咁樣嘅。咁我覺得呢個就應該係參觀嘅成分比較多。咁同埋咧，佢呢度就有一間 cafe 咧，就應該會賣佢嗰啲 raspberry 嗰啲產品咁樣嘅。咦，佢有呢個影相位可以俾你咁樣影相嘅呢度。咁咧喺呢度就咁樣有條橋仔，咁佢後邊咧呢度咁樣攔住咧，就應該係全部係佢嗰啲種 raspberry 嗰啲地方啦。嗱，見到咧呢度就已經係有啲樹啦，呢啲就係全部，跟住咧就已經係見到有啲好細細粒嘅 raspberry 咁樣啦。啊，呢度前面都有啊，有啲係比較近啊。咁你話 raspberry 咧，我真係未見過佢有即係啲果實咁樣，就真係未見過。即係士多啤梨 blueberry 我就見過，即係佢就唔同士多啤梨咁樣咧。士多啤梨就比較矮噶嘛，就通常偏係生喺地下，跟住就好似藤枝式咁樣一嘢就散過去嘅。raspberry 佢呢個咧算係有少少高咗上去，向上發展咁樣嘅。咦，佢呢度都仲有好多呢啲好高喎呢啲。嗱，呢度啊有好多呢都好大粒喎呢啲。啊！呢啲就係成熟啲樹啦，呢啲就應該係，哇！有啲好深色嘅，有啲嗰啲應該係爛啊，係咪開始？呢啲有啲好似係黑色咁樣嘅喎，呢啲。哇！其實佢呢個 farm 都幾大下喎，呢度咁樣一路咁樣行，左上角嗰度咧就應該係可能未必佢個 workshop 咁樣啦，可能有啲種啊，跟住有啲架撐啊，就擺晒喺嗰度咁樣嘅。Actually, I have some question. Like, well, when I saw your trees, right, and some of the closer to us is just grown from the ground, but some on the very far end is start climbing along the fence. Is it just because of the age of the trees, or?
The ones that are a lot bigger have been there longer,
okay.
But the ones that are a bit smaller haven't been there that long.
Okay, yeah. So it's just because of the age of the tree.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So how long does it usually take from like on the ground to climb?
They normally, when the season's over near Easter, they die back down.
Yeah.
And then they rebuild back up when it's about the end of November.
Okay, so it around takes like 4 or 5 months until you harvest them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How much like raspberry you actually produce in this farm?
I think last year, I'll look in the book just over here. Last year we got about 200 kilos of raspberries, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, 200 kilos. That's a lot though.
200 kilos or more over the whole season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's only, the season usually lasts about 2-3 months?
Yes, it does. Not
okay.
very long.
Not very long. So usually around end of November, was it?
Yes, end of November to Easter. That's when it ends.
Okay. Cool. 頭先啊同嗰個其中一個職員咧就講下，但係其實200 kilo 都幾多喎，即係你諗下 raspberry 佢咁一粒咁樣咧細細粒，你200 kilo 嘅話，其實真係都 OK 多喎，係咁咧就頭先咧佢就介紹咗就買咗呢個 雪糕，咁呢個咧就好似雪糕三文治咁樣嘅，咁就係咁樣嘅，試下先。好食，佢完全唔甜啊，佢唔會話，佢奶味又唔係話好重，但係佢一陣好清淡嘅 raspberry 嗰啲香味。但係如果佢上面嗰個皮咧再脆啲咁就正啦，係都好食一個。咁跟住咧，同埋佢有埋佢呢個批咁樣，佢叫 Impossible 批，咁啊睇下有幾 impossible 啦，睇下佢。哦，呢個都唔甜呢個，我仲好 expect 佢會係好甜嘅嗰啲 ，OK 喎呢個都。但係佢個底咧就點啊，有啲實咯，唔得腍啊。我會譬如佢個雪糕多啲，個雪糕真係好食，因為佢嗰個 raspberry 個香冇嗰個雪糕咁勁。哇！真係好靚喎！你真係呢啲唔坐船咧，你係唔會睇到咁嘅情況嘅呢啲。哇！真係好靚啊呢啲。哇！肥晒過嚟啊！